Hey, Shan. Happy Wednesday. It's hump day.
It's been a slow week, man.
It's literally, I was off on Monday and it's still not, I don't even know. Where's Friday?
I don't know, man. Well, it's a lot to discuss, so let's hop right in, shall we?
Yes. Let's start with the league we are sporting today.
Let's go, ladies! This Boston Pride jersey, I won't lie to you, it is massive.
That's huge.
However,
my Toronto 6-1 has shipped, so it should be here within the week. So I'm very excited.
It's incredible stuff going on in the NWHL, people. So not only are the NWHL Awards tonight, so we will find out who our MVP is. We will find out who the best goaltender, rookie of the year, all of those great things. Also today, Meg, break the news.
The salary cap for next season is doubling. Doubling.
That is so freaking incredible for the league.
Best ever for the women.
It really genuinely brought a smile to my face this morning, because I know that when we talked to Anya Packer, her big thing was that they were trying to get more sponsorships, and really in the next 5 to 10 year plan, that was really the goal. And so to see that they're really making traction in that is so rewarding.
So exciting. They deserve this, honestly, especially in the last year, all the boosts they've gotten, they really deserve this.
For sure. I mean, I'm just so happy, and I can't wait to watch the awards tonight.
Yes.
Some of our former interviewees are nominated for awards.
Yeah. We'll have all the commentary, and I'm sure we'll talk about it tomorrow. So Make sure you're here for it. But in other news, back to the boys, we had some clinches last night. We had 2 coming out of the Central Division. The Tampa Bay Lightning and the Florida Panthers both had 7-4 wins last night to clinch.
7-4. Damn, I'm sad that I didn't watch hockey. That's a high scoring day.
Yeah, that was just 2 games, crazy. So they will both be moving on along with the Carolina Hurricanes. We will see who takes that last spot in the East. Not the East, the Central.
Well, in the East too. I mean, so the Bruins took out a dire win. They needed that win. But now the Rangers are still only 4 points back. Between 1st and 5th place, there's only 10 points separating the East, which is insane.
Stressed is what it is.
I have anxiety.
I can't handle this anymore.
I literally have anxiety. I can't deal with this. And you know what? It would be really frustrating. Not only I'm speaking from a bias because I'm a Boston fan, right? I would be genuinely upset if the Bruins were able to go on this incredible run. They got 6-game win streak after they got Taylor Hall. And then in some crazy fashion, they don't even make the playoffs. That will be peak. This is a screwed up, divisional.
It'll be a very last minute thing. We have 2 weeks left? And literally we've been this way since week 8. We're week 16 right now? Half the season.
And one redeeming factor is that the Bruins do play the Sabres and the Devils multiple times.
So do the Penguins.
Well, the Penguins are my problem. The Rangers are my problem.
Right, but we play the Sabres, so we're not going anywhere then too.
Oh, okay, well, we'll have to see. My anxiety will not be quenched until next week.
But another division that also has what's I was going to say?
The North?
Oh, the North division. I was reading West in my head, and I was that's not true. Yes, the North is the only other division that hasn't clinched any spots. We can kind of assume that Toronto, Edmonton, Winnipeg is going to be set in stone. Is Montreal going to stay there? Can Calgary catch them?
And they just had a huge loss. The Jonathan Drouin is put on long-term injured reserve for personal reasons, and the team specifically requested that people respect his privacy. So prayers for him. That's definitely not good. But also, that's a huge blow to the Canadians. That's a big roster spot they're going to have to fill. And that they weren't expecting. Not only, I said earlier on Twitter, for them to make a deep playoff run, but they should have to get there. There's only 6 points.
It's too close. It's too close for comfort for them. but we will see. So that's what's up in playoff world. Let's jump into last night. Let's do a little overview here. Boston and the Penguins played. You guys won this one. Congratulations.
Taylor Hall literally roasted Sidney Crosby in a beautiful deke and solo shot. I'm so upset that I didn't watch it. Like, it was incredible.
Yeah, I turned it off after that. I was like, I don't think I need to see the rest of this game. Thank you.
So the Penguins and the Bruins play 2 more times this week.
Yeah.
And then, which is critical. And then the Flyers and Sabres are up for the Penguins next week.
Mm-hmm. And then you guys have 2 with the Devils and then 2 with the Rangers, and then finish out with a back-to-back little mini thing, making up games with the Islanders and the Caps.
Do you know how badly I'm trying to get tickets to that Capitals-Bruins game? I looked, and on SeatGeek, they're $3,000 on SeatGeek.
Does anyone want to donate? I can give.
So if anyone has a reasonable price for a Capitals-Bruins game on May 11th, I have been checking Ticketmaster and SeatGeek daily. So back to the news. There's 4 points separating Boston and the Rangers. They play twice in a back-to-back, which is huge. The Rangers win both those games, and the Bruins are absolutely screwed.
Yeah, and we'll get more into the Rangers in a second, but that matchup is so important.
Yeah, so the Rangers did win last night 3-1. Yeah. They're on a 3-game win streak, which is huge for them again. They've got 2 games against the Islanders and then 2 games against Washington and then the 2 against Boston. So that is not a great setup for the Rangers.
Yeah. But let me say, if they pull out those wins and get into the playoffs, they damn deserve that then.
I'll be mad.
If they can get through all of these matches, fine.
So in the standings, the Bruins are only 1 point behind the Islanders. So realistically, it's not the Bruins or the Rangers. There really are 3 teams in contention there. It's just a little bit off from what the rest of the league is kind of dealing with, where there's 3 teams really fighting for that 4th seed. Right now, it's 3 teams fighting for the 3rd and 4th seed.
Yeah.
Because there's 4 points separating the Islanders and the Penguins. So the top 2 are pretty solidified, but then you get down to the bottom 3. And I don't think that you can assume necessarily that the Islanders are all set if you're not going to assume the Bruins are all set.
Nope. Can't do it. I'm right there with you.
No, the Islanders lost again.
I was going to say, speaking of the Islanders, they lost 1-0 to the Capitals. So the Caps reclaimed that number 1 spot last night with the win and the Penguins loss. The Caps have 2 games. We said this before, 2 games against the Penguins this week on Thursday and Saturday. Those will be some pretty big matchups for that number 1 seed. It'll
definitely solidify the 1 seed. If one team can take 2 wins, if it's 1-1, it probably isn't going to be that impactful.
But I don't know. In my gut, I think we're going to split the series because the Caps have had issues with us so far this season.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that's a fair assumption. The Capitals and the Islanders, like I said, they both look incredible right now. They're playing get me to the playoffs, which makes it all the more difficult for us to try to analyze who really is the threat in the East because all the teams are playing pretty comparably. It's not like in other divisions, where Vegas and the Avs are really the go-to. Well, Minnesota's actually coming lurking, but
honestly, even the Blues are lurking. Same thing. Who's to say? Not me.
But okay, well, there was the Devils and the Flyers too. That they were on a 10-game losing streak. The Devils were, so this win is lovely for them. But again, these 2 teams don't really matter anymore. I'm interested. I asked on Twitter, and I think I'm going to ask for every team as they get eliminated. But I'm really interested to know who Devils fans are rooted, Devils fans, Sabres fans, Red Wings fans. Who are you going to root for in the playoffs? Do you just not watch? Do you pick another team? I know that when the first time the Boston fan had to struggle with a team not making the playoffs, which doesn't happen very often. The Patriots didn't make the playoffs, and I picked a different team. So I'm just curious how people. Why do the Bruins make me want to throat punch them? Well, it's a reasonable question. They're not as bad as the Celtics.
The most accurate Boston statement ever.
Oh, okay. So we go Now to, like we said, the Central Division last night. They also had 4 matchups. Lightning beat the Blackhawks 7-4, which is big for the Lightning.
Yeah, and they
bad for the Blackhawks.
And they have 3 games against Dallas left, which you can assume the Lightning will probably take at least 2 of them.
Well, Dallas really needs to win them. So speaking of, the Stars lost again and are not really proving that they want to be in the playoffs. Actually, all 3 teams lost. They need to be in the playoffs. So nothing has changed since yesterday.
All the fighters they lost the fight.
So Preds lost to the Panthers, Stars lost to the Hurricanes.
Yeah.
That's that.
We'll see. And the Blue Jackets beat the Red Wings. That's great. Cool. Is that what you just said?
There was tonight. It's interesting how they're doing this scheduling at the end. So it's kind of swapping back and forth. It's like all games for the North and the East, or North and West, excuse me, and then East and Central all play. So again, there's no matchups tonight out of the East or Central. There were none from the North and West last night, and tonight we've got a full setup of West games. Got all 4. Avalanche in Vegas is critical. Sorry, let me formulate my thoughts here.
Yeah, you formulate your thought, and then I'll come at you.
If the Wild win and the Avalanche lose, the Avs are going to slide to the 3rd seed.
Yes.
Which I think is going hugely under the radar because everyone's like, the Avalanche are the favorites for the Cup. They're playing badly.
They're not. And they're the favorites to everyone but me. I said from the start, nope.
Well, it's starting to get to a point where the Islanders can be a dark horse again because they're really not playing very well. So maybe you won't lose that one either.
Yeah, thank you. I'll take it.
We've got the Ducks and the Kings playing.
Wait, hold on. I'm still on Vegas for a second. Vegas is on a 9-game win streak right now, and they're going into the 7th of 8 matchups with the Avalanche, which currently that head-to-head is tied 3-3. This could be anyone's, let me just say. But I think I'll take that 10-game win streak. I'm just saying. Okay, anyway, the Blues and the Wild are going to play tonight. So that is a change maker.
It's a change maker for both teams, actually, because like I said, if the Wild win, they can jump up to 2nd. Not that it's going to change the playoff matchups because the Wild are most likely still going to play the Avalanche. Mm-hmm. But moving up to that 2nd seed really solidifies them as an actual threat in the playoffs, which most people are not thinking about right now. And the Blues, if they lose again, they're absolutely screwed.
Yeah. But then we have the Ducks and the Kings. They're fighting it out for bottom of the West. Granted, it is pretty much solidified that the Duckies are last in the West. They are trailing by 7 points.
Yeah, what I find really interesting is that this Coyotes Sharks game is actually pretty critical too because the Sharks aren't out of it. They're only 4 points back
from the Yotes.
From the the
Yotes are only 1 point behind the Blues.
Correct. So the Blues, like I said, if the Blues lose, they're screwed. They'll give it back to the Yotes. But if the Yotes lose, the Sharks are going to come back and not be out of this. Yes. All Meg's hot takes. I said after I got my COVID vaccine, I had some flaming hot takes coming out of my mouth.
It was literally after her second shot was playing with scissors, throwing around hot takes. We'll do that once the season's over. We'll go back through all of our old episodes and comment on some of our hotter takes.
Well, we have to watch our first preview and see how off we were. We'll pull nice little clips of how incorrect we were and comment on them.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of things happening tonight. Very important. You know how we said they were going back and forth by nights? Fun fact, every division is playing on Thursday. Much to predict tomorrow, I'm sure.
We won't be live streaming this week though. We have finals.
No, not at night. Not at night, but all during the day. But I'm sure I'll have some hot takes tomorrow too.
They're flaming hot. They're coming right out of the oven, people. In the North, the Canucks and the Senators are playing again. They just keep playing each other badly. The Maple Leafs and the Canadians are playing.
Wait, hold on. If we're going to say the Flames aren't out of it, are we definitively saying the Canucks are out of it?
Yes. They're 10 points back.
But they're 5 games behind.
I mean, they do have 14 games left. But
they have space. Here,
but if you want to go back to my flaming hot take, if you are not counting out the Canucks, you can't count out the Senators either because they both have 40 points.
Oh, yes, you can, because the Senators have the most games played. They have 7 games left. They can't do that.
I don't know, man.
But wait, have the Senators been declared out? They haven't.
No,
the
because
NHL is not counting them out yet.
Because they have less. The North has less games played, so they're not definitively calling things.
So
I don't know the mathematics. Like I
don't either.
I am not math.
I'm just saying it's not impossible. Anything can happen in the North.
So the Canucks and Senators game is important then. The Maple Leafs Canadiens game is actually more important because that's probably what the matchup is going to be in the playoffs. So it's a really good insight into how the Canadiens can hold their own against the Maple Leafs. And then same with the Oilers and Jets playing again. That's probably going to be the seeding. So it's a good insight. The Jets are not looking great right now, but the Oilers are looking great. So hopefully the Jets can get their crap together.
Do you think if the Leafs win tonight, they'll officially be clinched? I think they will. They're so far ahead.
Yeah, probably.
How could they not be? They're 8 points up from second.
But if the Jets win tonight, they can leapfrog up to second from the Oilers again. So they're just going to keep trading that back and forth.
By 7 points from the Leafs.
I don't know what happened, man.
I don't know how this math works. If anyone knows, send it to our DMs.
I know how to do it. You got to go in and count the point potential, but I'm not doing that.
That's too much effort. Anyway, guys, so much hockey to watch tonight. Make sure you check it out. Make sure you check us out. Make sure you check out the NWHL Awards tonight. Big stuff on Twitch. I need to figure out how to use Twitch so I can watch it. I know how. I'll tell you. Okay, guys, this is all from us today. I hope everyone has a lovely Wednesday. We will get through this week together. Hang in there. Woo.